It was like a feeding frenzy.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at what fame did to celebs whose lives were visibly disrupted by the pressures of fame.
Judy would call me, and you could hear her troubled mind.
Shia LaBeouf. Starring on Disney's Even Stevens, LaBeouf hit the big leagues with the blockbuster success of the Transformers franchise.
We are here looking for the Allspark, and we must find it before Megatron.
Mega what?
However, the 2010s derailed the actor's rise, with constant reports involving arrests, disorderly conduct, and public outbursts.
Can you give any explanation?
LaBeouf also developed a reputation for clashing on set, including high-profile conflicts on films like Fury and Don't Worry, Darling, from which he was ultimately removed.
He is a fantastic actor, but it wasn't gonna work.
However, many have pointed to LaBeouf's childhood fame as a major factor for his self-destructive habits, thrusting him into the spotlight at a young age without equipping him to handle public scrutiny. In recent years, he's publicly accepted accountability for many of his past actions. Speaking on the Real Ones podcast, LaBeouf even called himself a pleasure-seeking, selfish, self-centered, dishonest, inconsiderate, fearful human being.
And I was operating on a survival instinct. I wasn't operating as a friend.
Justin Bieber. Initially introduced as the perfect boy next door, Bieber's image swung hard the other way in the mid-2010s.
You know you love me, I know you care. Just shout whenever, and I'll be there.
After being constantly scrutinized, objectified, and placed on an unrealistic pedestal, Bieber became infamous for erratic behavior and legal trouble.
DUI, alcohol or drugs, resisting without violence, and driving with an expired driver's license.
From his love life to offhand comments aimed at the paparazzi, the world clung to his every move.
What'd you say?
The baby singer decided to lean into his bad boy persona, but that did little to stop the media frenzy surrounding him. It took a hiatus and time away from the spotlight for Bieber to recalibrate, returning with a toned-down attitude, marrying Lady Love Hailey Baldwin, and becoming a father. His name still isn't controversy-free, but hopefully, his more chaotic days are now behind him.
I'm passionate about things, and I'm passionate about being better and growing.
Kanye West. Often considered a musical genius and innovator who broke new ground in the industry, West's public image was sky high for over a decade.
Excuse me, was you saying something? You can't tell me nothing.
However, his increasingly questionable behavior over the years began to overshadow his creative legacy.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish.
The rapper took to making openly offensive and hateful statements, throwing his reputation into freefall. The media attention only added fuel to the fire, constantly providing him a platform to air out his grievances and lofty claims.
For 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
Rather than intervening before the damage could be contained, many questioned why West's team seemed unable to contain him. He since cited his bipolar diagnosis as the reason for his behavior, though the veracity of these claims remains dubious.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies.
Lindsay Lohan. Child stars spiraling out is tragically all too common. Once Disney's golden girl, Lindsay Lohan seemed poised for stardom, with roles in Mean Girls and Freaky Friday.
You think you can be me?
Of course I can. Watch me.
Oh, everyone's out to get me. You're ruining my life.
However, her personal life became cannon fodder for the media, as tabloids followed every drama, crash out, and relapse. Heightened by the unrelenting pressures of fame, Lohan dealt with alcohol and substance use disorder.
You're to serve 30 days in the county jail.
The same media that once celebrated her success now seemed to cheer on her collapse.
And I'm learning how to deal with life in a different light than I have before.
Her career had all but crashed and burned until she relocated to Dubai, where distance offered her much-needed space to reset. The actress has since experienced a resurgence in the public eye, though the press hasn't exactly accepted their role in her downfall.
Congratulations for surviving us, the mass media, and all the craziness, really, honestly, because it has been a wild ride.
Yeah, it has, but well worth it.
Amanda Bynes, another former child star, but one without a redemption arc so far. Much like Lindsay Lohan, Amanda Bynes shot to fame at a young age.
We just came to wish you good luck on your show tonight, sweetie.
Thank you.
Yeah, break a leg.
Thanks.
Emerging from Nickelodeon fame, Bynes had a string of successful projects across TV and the big screen.
Right. Ow! Oh, for the love of God! It burns!
Unfortunately, concerns over her mental health were turned into a viral spectacle by the media. Between Between public breakdowns, substance use disorder, and a conservatorship scandal, Bynes became a fixture in the news for all the wrong reasons.
Amanda Bynes, the troubles keep piling up, ordered into psychiatric testing after starting a fire in a neighbor's driveway.
It was a painful fall for a star who had been active since the age of 10. While speculation around her has been quieter since, it might be exactly what Bynes needs to live her life away from the cameras. Amy Winehouse. Winehouse's personal struggles were widely documented, and the singer became known for turning her pain into art.
They tried to make me go to rehab. I said no, no, no.
But behind the music was a soul desperate for support, which few truly offered. After repeated stints in rehab and non-stop attention from the press, Winehouse's image became inseparable from her private life. Her former manager, Nick Shymansky, recalled her buckling under the pressure, saying that fame came like a huge tidal wave.
Clearly along the way, lots of people made bad judgment calls that maybe weren't the right calls for Amy.
Instead of being protected, Winehouse's most vulnerable moments were aired out for the world to see.
She couldn't escape it. No one would leave her alone.
Her story was sadly cut short at just 27, remaining one of the most tragic reminders of the limits to how much a person can bear. Elvis Presley. The king of rock and roll is one of the most influential figures to have ever lived. But behind all the glitz and screaming fans was a man crushing under the weight of superstardom. Although universally beloved, Elvis Presley's relationship with celebrity was toxic.
Tell me why, oh why, oh why.
Fame enabled his worst impulses, trapped him in an exploitative dynamic with Colonel Tom Parker, and ultimately caused him to neglect his own health. The death of his mother devastated him, and the absence of the person he cherished most pushed Elvis into a life without restraint. Away from the stage, he existed in a state of isolation, a slow unraveling that ultimately claimed him at just 42 years old.
Elvis Presley will still be the king of rock and roll to me.
Michael Jackson. Another global icon mistreated by the world that revered him, Michael Jackson's name is forever intertwined with tragedy. According to close friends like Macaulay Culkin, he desperately wanted to be loved for being Michael Jackson, the person, not the king of pop. Ridiculed and mocked, MJ was deeply wounded by how he was depicted in the media.
Remember something, just because it's in print doesn't mean it's the gospel.
Tabloids thrived on antagonizing every facet of his life, portraying his struggles as public entertainment. The last straw was the villainous image he was branded with during the 2005 trial, after which a heartbroken Jackson retreated from the US in search of peace. Tragically, reliance on prescription medication ended with his passing in 2009, still receiving widespread attention nearly 2 decades later.
If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change.
Judy Garland. For most people, she's immortalized as Dorothy Gale from The Wizard of Oz.
Over the rainbow, way up high.
For others, that's how they specifically choose to remember her. Exploding onto the world stage by blockbuster success, fame became a burden that Garland never managed to escape. Incessant and abhorrent studio control eroded her self-esteem.
She did complain to me once that she would love to stop it all, but she doesn't know how.
Reportedly, MGM restricted her diet to a bowl of soup and a cup of black coffee to control her weight. Garland would also allege that her substance use disorder began from being prescribed stimulants to endure the grueling hours on film sets.
When you have someone with that much talent, the exploitation of it becomes part of the adulation.
Something had to give, and after decades of being pushed to meet impossible expectations, the actress was ripped from fans far before her time.
And what are your plans now that you're married?
Go on working? Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Britney Spears. You really had to be there to grasp the intensity of the media storm that led to Spears' meltdown between 2006 and 2007. From attacking paparazzi with an umbrella, to shaving her head, and a divorce from Kevin Federline that played out across every tabloid on earth, Britney just couldn't catch a break.
Do you think the paparazzi being around affected her at all?
I don't really think, and I don't really believe, because
the media seemed to find new targets for a while, but they couldn't leave her alone for too long. By the early 2020s, the singer was dragged back into the news. Arguments over her conservatorship case heated up, followed by her divorce from Sam Asghari. We're exhausted just recalling it, so it's impossible to imagine the toll it's had on Britney for living through it for more than 2 decades and counting.
Can we?
Can you think of any other celebs who were done dirty by fame? Let us know in the comments.